We at the Queer Network are sending our love and healing to the Pierce family in Denver, Colorado. Jamel Pierce took his own life at 9 years old because he was being bullied at school for being gay. And this marks a tragic loss for the queer community. Hello everybody, welcome to the Queer Network. My name is Justin Gerhardt. This is Queer from the Couch and we are in California with a special guest, Ava Stowe. She came out at 11 as a lesbian, and we want to know more about that and that experience for you and how you got the confidence to come out. What was the reason you did it then?
The main reason is I was kind of outed to my whole school.
Okay.
Because of that, I told my mom in the car one day while we were driving back what had happened. And she was totally understanding about it and really sweet, and I'm actually glad that I came out at 11 rather than hiding the fact that drama had happened.
Do you think you would have held on to this for longer if you wouldn't have been pushed a little bit?
Yeah, I definitely would have not told people. I would have definitely have told my friends, but I wouldn't have told anybody else because it's just easier not to, in my opinion.
Right. Well, I'm curious as a 13-year-old where you found the strength and the confidence and what surrounds you in your daily life that gave you the strength to push through that experience.
It was definitely my friends. They'd always say, you can be whatever you want, and it's not...
What about your family?
They were totally comfortable when I told them.
Yeah. Coming out at 13, you're sharing something very personal.
Yeah.
How has that affected that relationship?
Before I really accepted myself, I was very quiet and wouldn't talk to it a lot with my parents, and if I did, I actually felt uncomfortable.
Right.
And when I talked about it with my friends, I felt just that little bit more comfortable. When I went into 7th grade, I felt like this is really me, and I could start talking to people. I started talking to my aunt a lot more about it. And it's when I truly accepted myself and I started talking to my friends. And I now talk to pretty much everything I say to my friends to my parents now because it just makes me...
And there's something in there, I think, that's powerful in that it's the talking about it.
Yeah.
And out loud, so that it's not these just thoughts in your head that are often easy. It's easy that those thoughts turn into, oh, well, maybe it's not okay. Or maybe it is okay. I don't know. And then you're going back and forth in your head. But if you actually voice it out loud, and this is for everybody watching at home that is going through having these internal battles, that it sounds like, from your experience too, at 13 and 11, when you were actually thinking about these things, talking about it. You take the power away from that little voice in your head. So at 13, and this sort of shifting gears a little bit, what are you passionate about? And does all of this influence that?
My friends said the first answer I should say is I'm always interested in food.
Okay.
Let's just say.
I mean, we got it. It's one of the basics of life.
It is. It's very important.
Yes.
But
so passions in terms of some things that you want to accomplish in your life. Is that something you even think about right now, or?
I want to show people that just because you're lesbian, gay, queer, whatever you identify yourself as, you're the exact same as everyone else and can accomplish things just as well as everybody else. And I want to show that through photos and actually proving it and being a voice and an inspiration for people that don't exactly know what they're going to do.
Right. Do you know what you want to do?
I want to live in San Francisco.
Oh.
I want to do video or photos.
Yeah, like photography or some sort of cinematography.
I'm definitely pretty good at that, let me just say.
You've started to dabble?
Yeah, I'm in yearbook, which is...
Amazing.
Yeah.
Great place to do that.
Definitely starting that, and...
So then where would you see yourself in 10 years?
With the love of my life, probably, and in San Francisco or in school.
Amazing. What, at 13, is your advice to somebody who might be wanting to come out or is scared to come out or has a friend who they think might be gay or queer, or what would you want to say to them?
Well, in my opinion, it's easier to tell at least someone. It takes off a little bit of the load off your life, having that secret and holding it inside. It's such a big thing to that person. And if you can tell one person that you can truly trust, or even up to 2 people that you really truly trust, it'll definitely show a big difference in how happy you are and
Just that somebody else knows.
Someone else understands, especially if it's someone else in the community.
Yeah.
And you can tell them.
So you've mentioned how supportive your family is, and I know that your mom was open to being on the couch with us. So we're going to bring out Julie to join us on the couch to talk about what it's like to be... Hello.
Hi.
Hi. We wanted to know from your perspective what it's been like to have a daughter who I want to say confidently in one sense, came out at a young age and what that's been like for your family and then you personally.
I don't think it was a surprise to our family, not so much that she's gay, but more that she is who she is and she's comfortable with it. She's been like that since she was a kid. We're fortunate.
Yeah.
She's always kind of beat to her own drum and has always been comfortable with herself. How I have felt personally is it's a mix of stuff. It's proud. It's scared. It's wanting to take care of her, but needing to let go. It's a very fine line. She's only 13.
Right.
But I don't want to, stop her from being who she is. So, I don't know. It's hard. It's different every day.
Yeah, no, it all depends.
Whatever challenges that she has, she tries to be as vocal with me as she can about it. And so we just have to tackle it every day.
Yeah, it's
a
day
to day. Some days are great, and some days aren't. But I think, it's supposed to be like that.
And that's
it's
adolescence
not supposed to
too.
It's going to be hard no matter what. So, there's not an exact handbook for it right now.
Is there something that you would want to share with a parent that might be about to do the same thing, or?
Don't stop them from telling you. You just have to listen. You need to be a soundboard. You need to be a safe place. And you need to get support for yourself. Like you need to, if it's not your spouse, it's a friend or it's a group. Because I think not only does she need the support, but the parents need the support just as much in order so they can support the child.
Absolutely.
So I don't know if that's a missing component. I'm working on that myself, but it's not always easy.
Yeah. So obviously you have accepted your daughter for coming out, but what are some of the concerns that you still have?
I don't want her to be hurt. And regardless of what lifestyle she goes, what she does for her career, if she's gay or she's not gay, whatever it is, people aren't always nice.
Yeah.
And that's just life. But coming out at 13 kind of opens up a window for people. And I obviously worry about getting bullied at school. I worry about adults just as much as I do kids her own age. That actually makes me more concerned. I would love to surround her in a love bubble. But that's not life.
Yeah. And that's not how we learn either.
It's not how we learn. So it's kind of just like pushing her off on the bike. But it's still all kind of new.
Yeah. So thank you both for joining me. I wanted to give you the opportunity to say anything that you wanted to say to your mom on camera.
Because my mom's here and my dad isn't, I'm saying this to both of them, and I know my dad can hear me from somewhere in the house. But I do want to say thank you so much for being so accepting right off the bat. And even if you were like, maybe she isn't, maybe she is, you never necessarily told me that straight to my face. And you and Dad right off the bat were like, whenever I ask if I want to go to the Pride Parade, you're always like, yeah, why not? Or when I wanted to go to the Castro District, you were like, why not? Let's go. And you're always just down to do whatever makes me comfortable. And whenever I'm in an uncomfortable situation where someone brings it up, I always know most of the time you'll be there to help me out. And if you're not, I've learned from what you've done.
Oh, thank you, sweetheart.
I love you.
I love you too.
Thank you. That was beautiful, and thank you for sharing your insight, because what we know is that when we share our stories, it has impact on anybody who's listening, and then they can share it with somebody else who it might affect as well.
Yeah.
So there's power in this, and we know that. And so, yeah, thank you for joining us on Queer from the Couch. Thank you for watching at home. If you've never been here before, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell so you stay up to date on all of the Queer Network's new content, because we have lots of new exciting things coming up. And come on back next week, and we'll have another beautiful person to interview on the couch.
Let's bring her on.
Let's bring her on.
Come on down.
Oh my God.
That's That's the nice blooper.
That needs to be in an
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Oh my
All right.
gosh.